Hi everyone, this is EvilGraham93 and this is going to be my Christmas update for 2013. So I'm basically going to show you everything I got before Christmas, Christmas Day and then afterwards. So I'm just going to crack on with it because I've got loads of stuff to show you here. First I'll start off with what I got before Christmas. I got one CD and it was White Zombie's Astro Creep 2000 album. Yeah, I've said before in my other videos I'm a massive fan of Rob Zombie, so I tried out some of his White Zombie stuff. I have to say, I really like this album. I do have my favourites on this actually. I've got probably about four. Electric Head Part 1, The Agony. Part 2, The Ecstasy. Supercharger Heaven and More Human Than Human. So, awesome songs. So, that was one CD. Put that down there so it's out of the way. Right, next is the Blu-rays. First one you'll know because I've shown it in my special editions, and it was A Town That Dreaded Sundown. So since my last update, I was waiting for this one to come in, but I decided to do it anyway, and it came the day after I filmed and uploaded the update. So yeah, I have watched it now, and I am really impressed with it. I do like it, except all the quirky music, like I said before, but awesome, first time it's ever been released by Scream Factory, and they did a pretty good job. And you also get the Evictors on this, which is another one of Charles B. Pierce's movies. So not seen that yet, but Town That Dreaded Sundown, awesome. Next one is a Blu-ray Steelbook, and I actually decided to get it because Andrew Balliner just recently got it, and he highly recommended the film to me, and it was the Orphan Killer limited edition steelbook. So yeah, I was really impressed with this. I was going to get the autographed DVD as well. I still might get that in the new year, but I wish I'd waited now. I waited a couple of days because a couple of days after this, because I follow the Orphan Killer fan page on Facebook, they've now announced that they're giving away signed copies of the limited edition Blu-ray steelbook, so I'm really gutted about that I couldn't get it signed, but it's a great film, absolutely love it. One of my pet hates over these steelbooks is these bits of paper on the back. I do like to keep them. I know some people just get rid of these bits of paper, but I do like to keep them on there, and I've tried folding it up and putting it inside and it's just too big, and this is what happens. It's ripped a bit at the top, so yeah, but great film, really enjoyed it. I've heard somewhere that they're planning on making a sequel, so hopefully that goes through, and it's because it was absolutely awesome. Marcus Miller was an awesome serial killer in that. Right, last Blu-ray for the pre-Christmas update, and it's another one that Andrew Balliner got, and it was the UK release of Halloween, the 35th anniversary steelbook. They did a really great job on this. Yeah, great picture, great special effects. All in all, a nice little steelbook. But I think everyone knows this. Everyone that's fans of Halloween got one of these type of slip cases to it, which I prefer really for steelbooks, so you can just really take it off without any glue marks or anything on the back. So yeah, everyone knows Halloween, so great little release. Right, for the DVDs, I've actually got more non-horror DVDs. But the first one, obviously I'll start with non-horrors, is The Hangover Part 3. The final part in the Hangover films. Really enjoyed it. I love all the Hangover films, to be honest. I think number 2 is still my favourite, but this one was pretty good as well. I mean, Mr. Chow, he's just a disgusting little creature really, isn't he? But he's so funny. Next is Despicable Me 2. I did like it, but I'm going to be honest, I do prefer the first one still. It was good though. Again, everyone knows Despicable Me now. And lastly for the non-horrors is The World's End. Well, I suppose you could kind of put this in horror as well. It's got some horror moments in it, I suppose. It's more sci-fi, but Nick Pegg and Simon Frost. No, got that round the wrong way. Simon Pegg and Nick Frost even. I I absolutely love them two and what they do. Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, Paul, and World's End. It's great. It's got that Shaun of the Dead feel to it, which I thought was awesome. But instead of zombies, it's obviously robots in this. So yeah, it was awesome. I enjoyed it. Right, for the non-horrors, I've got Silent Night, Bloody Night, The Homecoming. It's quite a low-budget film. Well, it is really low budget. It's meant to be a kind of remake to the Silent Night, Bloody Night, which I really didn't enjoy the original one, to be honest. Really didn't like it. I read a load of reviews about this one as well, and loads of people didn't really like it. They thought the acting was really terrible, the sound was terrible, and the story was terrible. But in all honesty, I enjoyed this a lot more than the original. Thought the killer looked awesome in it. So, but I did agree that the acting was terrible and the story was terrible as well. So, but yeah, you got to really. It's 5 films, and you know what, if you're buying one of them, they're going to be low budget, like the Bunny Man Massacre and Goat Man Murders, aka Deadly Detour. Yeah, I still enjoyed it. It was okay. Next, we got an Arrow release, and I was surprised that I found this because I hardly ever find these. It's a DVD release. Hardly ever find their Arrow video DVD releases in shops anymore, and it was Deadly Blessing. Yeah, I was surprised when I came across it. It was brand new, wasn't second hand or anything, so I quickly snapped it up. I heard a lot of people like this one. It's a supernatural slasher film. I found it boring, to be honest. I know a lot of people like this, but no, it weren't for me. I might have to watch it again, but it really weren't for me. And the last one for pre-Christmas is The Conjuring, which I really did enjoy, actually. Great little ghost story. I know some people say that these films like James Wan, all these new films like The Conjuring, and I think he did Insidious as well, and stuff like that, then people don't really enjoy them that much, but I do like a good ghost story, so yeah, it was okay. I enjoyed it, so yeah. Right, on to pile number 2. This stuff is the stuff that I got for Christmas, and again I'm going to do it in the same order as I did with the pre-Christmas stuff. So, starting with music, I've got Motorhead Rock and Roll album. It's a great album, I like it. I'm trying to get into more Motorhead stuff, so yeah, it's a good little album. Again, another Motorhead album. This one is Another Perfect Day. I just love the artwork to that. Just absolutely awesome. It reminds me of all like the fantasy stuff, like when you see pictures of people drawing like a fire dragon fighting an ice dragon, what have you. I think it looks awesome. Again, I really like this album, actually. Really like it. Probably one of my favourite Motorhead albums, except Bomber. So. And lastly, for the music is Motorhead Aftershock, which I think is one of their latest ones, if not the latest. So, yeah, it was okay. I enjoyed this one. I found that it was a little bit heavier than some of the other albums, which I actually quite liked. Actually, yeah, it's not too bad. Right, next I'll show the games that I've got. Only 2 games. We've got Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag. Massive Assassin's Creed fan. Yeah, it's great fun. I did really like number 3 a lot, but I don't know which one I prefer now, because I like the whole Native American twist to number 3, but I'm loving this pirate thing for number 4. I've played through some of the story already because I'm switching between the 2 games that I've got for Christmas. At the moment I was playing a little bit on this one, and yeah, it's just completely awesome. So that's Assassin's Creed 4. And then the other game that I got was Lego Marvel Superheroes. I'm a massive Marvel fan, so this was a no-brainer for me to get for Christmas. Not played too much into this. I think I've done 3 missions and I'm really enjoying it at the moment. I'm loving the little cameos from Deadpool every now and again. Like the very first mission, you see him in the crowd waving to the camera, and I think he comes back. I didn't see him in Mission 2, but I saw him in Mission 3, in the falling elevator. So yeah, it's funny. And just bear with me a minute, I've forgotten something. That's for the after Christmas scene, so I'll show that later. You can probably see what it is. It's a book, so right, on with the Blu-rays. And the two Blu-rays I got were Christmas presents for my gran. So first one was Maniac Cop Arrow release. Yeah, if you're really interested to know, she basically gave the money to me to get my own presents, and then I gave them to her. She wanted them to wrap up, so yeah, I ordered Maniac Cop Blu-ray, Arrow release. Great picture quality on this, really liked it. I've been after this release for a while, since it first came out, because I heard that this was going to get the DVD release as well as the Blu-ray, but I think because of all the London riots, and obviously one of Arrow's warehouses got burnt down in the riots in London, I think quite a lot of their DVD stuff for this was in there, so they decided just to go with the Blu-ray. I know you can get it from Arrowdrome, but I wanted this release because that artwork is absolutely stunning. Love that artwork, and Maniac Cop is one of my favourite slasher films as well. It's a great idea for a slasher. Next was really a blind buy, really. I know some people have had this one in their collection for a while. And it's Frankenhooker from Arrow as well. My first time watching this, and I have to say it was okay. Really cheesy, but again, you can tell it's by Frank Helen. Like, if you've seen Basket Case, really, you know really what to expect from this. It was okay. I wouldn't say it was too bad, but not one that I enjoyed quite a lot. I think that artwork is awesome as well. But same with all these slipcase releases, you get like the 4 different artworks. There's one on the back and what have you. So yeah, everyone knows. I think that one's a fairly famous one. So right, on with the DVDs, and I didn't get any non-horrors, so jump straight into horror. And first is Saint. I wanted a couple of Christmas themed horror DVDs, and I thought of 2. I think it's 2. Yeah, I thought of 2, so I got them basically, and this was one of them, Saint, by the same director who directed Amsterdam, Dick Maas. Yeah, I've never seen Amsterdam, but it's always on my wish list. So I looked up some reviews on this, and it got pretty bad reviews, to be honest. And I can understand why the CGI was really quite bad in some places, but I enjoyed it. I do like a good Christmas horror, and the gore effects was there, and the killer Santa looked awesome. Well, they don't really call him Santa, and this is Saint Nicholas, but looked awesome, and a good little backstory to it as well. And the second Christmas horror I got was Rare Exports, A Christmas Tale. I've been after this one for a while. I've been putting it off for ages, and I think last year someone told me about it. I can't remember who told me, but someone gave me a recommendation last year on this. And yeah, I just finally got it for Christmas. I watched it and it was awesome. I really enjoyed this. It's really, I found it funny in some places as well, but it's a really bizarre story, but it's really fun to watch. Definitely going to be one of the ones I'm going to watch at Christmas, like Silent Night, Deadly Night, but it's great fun. Loved it. Right, next is the Arrowdrome release of Don't Go in the House. It's blind buy for me. Well, not really a blind buy, I got it as a present, but I was just choosing DVDs randomly because that's all I wanted, and I didn't know which ones I wanted, so I saw this and I just said, yeah, go for it. And I'm glad I did because I really enjoyed this. Great slasher film. I know a lot of people wouldn't call it slasher because he doesn't really use anything else, like any knives or blunt instruments or anything. he uses the flamethrower in his house, but it's great, great atmosphere to it. It's got the feel like a Maniac. If you've seen Maniac, you'll probably enjoy this. It's along the same lines. Next is another Aerodrome release, and it's Pin. I swapped out the cover there because that one's slightly better. I kept the original one, Don't Go in the House, because I like that one a lot better than the alternate artwork. So yeah, this is the original artwork for Pin. And I have to say I was disappointed with this. It did look, when I read up the reviews and read the story, like parts of the story, it did look quite good. So put that one down and I got it, and yeah, it was disappointing. I still liked it though. Again, it's got good atmosphere, but that's about it really. Right, next is one that really shocked me. I saw on Halloween, I watched on YouTube Bravo's 100 Scariest Moments, but it only had half of it on there. And then when I was scrolling through the list, there was some, I think 100 Scariest Moments by Channel 4, I think. And it was presented by Jimmy Carr, so I watched that one instead, and it was the full thing on there. It's about 2 hours long, I think. And this release that I've got here, well, not this release, but this film was on there, so I wanted to check it out because it looked awesome. And it's Ghostwatch, that came out on Halloween in 1992 on the BBC, and it's presented by Michael Parkinson. And yeah, it says on the front that it was one of the most controversial TV programmes of all time, and that it got banned from the telly as soon as they put it on there because it was just so scary. When I was watching the 100 Scariest Moments, they said that somebody actually sued the programme because their husband or someone was a Marine or in the army, and he got that scared that I think he pissed himself or something like that. Or he did something like that, but he's that scared watching it. And I have to admit, when I was watching it, it was creepy because it looked so real. It was really creepy. I found it's one of the first films in a while that's really creeped me out. So I've definitely got to be watching that again at some point, especially on like Halloween or something at night, because it was ingenious. I really loved it. And then the last one that I got for Christmas was Switchblade Romance, aka High Tension. I saw this before not long ago on Horror Channel, and I loved it really. Great slasher film. Everyone knows this one. It's great gore in it. So yeah, it's just a great film. Really enjoyed it. Alright, so the next stuff is what I got for what I got with my Christmas money. So right, I'll show you what I got first, and it's the book that I got that I forgot to put in there. It was Assassin's Creed: The Secret Crusade. I think this is the first book by Oliver Bowden. I know he's released a couple of these now, and I want to get all of them. I've read the prologue and the chapter 1 of this, and I really want to read it. It's about Altair. I think it's basically the first game put into a book, but it's been told by who's it been told by? Niccolo Polo, who was Marco Polo's father. So yeah, he's basically telling another. They basically said that Niccolo Polo was an assassin, and he's telling another assassin Altair's story. So I'm really looking forward to reading this because I know I really liked the story for number 1, but the gameplay was really repetitive, like everyone says. So, but Altair is awesome. I think he's really underrated now. I know all these new assassins are coming out, like Ezio and Connor, Edward, Captain Kenway, but Altair is really forgotten. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to reading that, and then I'll probably get all the Ezio ones, and I know they did one about Haytham Kenway and Haytham instead of Connor, and I know they've just recently done one on Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, so hopefully I'll get all of them. Right, quickly move this pile up. Right, music. I've got Megadeth, Peace Sells But Who's Buying. I've listened to half of this album, and half I listened to was pretty good. slowly getting into Megadeth. Still not the massive fan though, but slowly getting into it. And then the only other CD that I got was Ozzy Osbourne, No More Tears album. Absolutely amazing. Listened to this yesterday, and I got it. When did I get this? I got this Friday, and listened to the album twice already. It's just absolutely amazing album. Massive fan of Ozzy. Right, start with non-horrors, all on DVD, and start with this one that I've got. It's the Discovery Channel's Great White Shark pack, limited edition. I don't know what it's limited to, but I got it for $5, so you can't go wrong. And the DVDs you're getting this are Into the Shark Bite, How Not to Become Shark Bait, Air Jaws Apocalypse, and then Ultimate Air Jaws. So it's all about great white sharks, but you can't go wrong really there, can you? The ultimate predator. Right, next is, well, I've got this next release is a 3-film box set, and I'll show you what it is, and you get A Knight's Tale, Ned Kelly, and The Patriot. And I originally got it for The Patriot because they didn't have any single copies left in the HMV that I went to of The Patriot, so I got it with this pack because I was interested in seeing A Knight's Tale as well. And it's not till I actually bought it that I realised that this is actually a Heath Ledger pack, and that he features in all 3 of these movies, but it doesn't say on the top or on the side, so they've been clever what they've done there. So I've never seen Ned Kelly before. I saw The Patriot absolutely ages ago, and I really wanted to rewatch it because I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed 3. So and I really like that whole time period of the American Civil War and what have you. So and the old redcoats thing. So I probably got that completely wrong, but I'm not too good with my history like that. So the whole thing with the British redcoats and what have you, I've been interested in for a while. So I wanted to rewatch that. Watched it again last night and absolutely loved it. So. And straight after this video, I'm going to be watching A Knight's Tale and then probably Ned Kelly. So, yeah, great fun with that. Right, next one I really enjoyed. Just watched it on the telly last week, so I had to get it on DVD. It was 2 for £10. Along with the other release I got after this, I really enjoyed them. Watched them both last week. And it was The Man with the Iron Fists by Quentin Tarantino. Really enjoyed this, really did. A friend at work told me that he watched this and really enjoyed it, just because it's so. I can't find the words to describe it. Really, it's just bizarre, gory fun. You got martial arts, gore, whatever you want in it. It's in there really, and it's just really bizarre. Really, you got if you watch. The way I would describe it is it's. An Afro Samurai movie without the Afro Samurai. If you've seen the Afro Samurai series in the movie, you'll probably like this a lot. So, yeah, definitely check out The Man with the Iron Fists. And the next one that I got for the 2 for £10 was Django Unchained, again by Quentin Tarantino. Watched this last week and really enjoyed it. So, again, a lot of people know Django now because it's already become a cult classic, so... Admittedly, these next couple of releases are actually my dad's, what he got, but yeah, I'm going to watch them anyway, because they're the type of films that I'd buy anyway, and I'll probably end up keeping, to be honest. But Man of Steel, Superman, not seen it yet, heard mixed things about it, so don't know what to expect it. But I have heard it's better than the last Superman movie that they made, because it was terrible. Can't even remember what it's called, Superman Returns, is it? Yeah, so hopefully it's good. And the next one I really wanted to see as well. I was meant to go to cinema to see it, but I never got round to it. Some people know why. I'm not going to say on there why I didn't go to watch it, but yeah. So it's Elysium. Looks like fun. Not watched it yet, but definitely get round to it. Right, the next one I actually got from my dad for Christmas Day, so. But I'll watch them anyway because I loved the first movie in this, because we both like similar sort of movies. It's Lethal Weapon box set. I've seen the only one that I've seen all the way through is the first one, which I really enjoyed, and I've only seen bits of the others. So yeah, it'll be great fun to watch. Right, then we're finally on to the horrors, and there's only 6 left. So It's almost over, people. It's coming up to 25 minutes, so probably my longest video yet, to be honest. Right, next is Misery. Finally got around to checking this out. First time I've ever seen it. The DVD itself was really cheap as well. I got it, I think it was £2, so yeah, really enjoyed it. Great Stephen King adaptation. Kathy Bates is really creepy in this, and although I'm not a massive fan of James Caan, I've probably seen 2 other films that I like him in, and it's Elf and the Arnold Schwarzenegger film. What is it? Eraser. They're the only 2 films that I've seen him in and like, so I can add this one to it now, Misery, so great fun. Next is one I've been putting off for ages. I watched it ages ago, recorded it off telly, and I really didn't like it then. But I've felt like I've needed to get it into my collection, really. A lot of people have got it in their collection, so I finally gave up and got it, and it was Severance. The main reason why I've been putting it off is because of Danny Dyer. I really can't stand him at all. I hate him so much, but to be fair on him, he is good in this movie. I watched it again, and I do kind of like it now, so I must have had a bad day when I was watching it, so yeah, I just think it's okay now, not one of my favourites. Next is one I saw, well, I've never seen it before, but I saw someone had it in their collection ages ago, and they said it was really gory and really fun to watch, and it's Neighbour, so got that, and it is quite fun actually, really gory stuff, and plus I got it for America Oliver, and you don't know who she was. She was a girl that got burnt to death in Friday the 13th remake. So, and she plays Frank Zito's mother in the Maniac remake. So, yeah, she's really hot in this. So she's hot in all the movies she's in. So it's mainly the main reason why I got this. But it is quite fun to watch. Great little slasher movie. Next one is Inside, another French horror. Actually, these last 3 are French horrors anyway, because I wanted to get more of them. So really, really gory and graphic, but it was great fun. Loved it. So yeah, it's Inside. Everyone knows that, I think. Everyone's got to know these releases, so the titles, I mean. Next is Martyrs. Again, I saw this ages ago. When I saw it then, I wasn't really too keen on it. I watched it again. I still have the same opinion. It's okay, not the best of films, but I prefer films like Frontiers and Switchblade Romance. Like Frontiers was another one that I didn't really like, but it's grown on me, so this one might grow on me. So right, lastly is Them. Again, saw this one actually ages ago as well. It's meant to be the original to Strangers. Like Strangers was the American remake of it. To be honest, I do prefer the Strangers just because of the male Stranger's mask. I think his mask is really creepy that he wears. But this is really good as well. I do enjoy it, so everyone knows Them as well. Also known as Ills. So yeah, great. Right, that was the update. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subbing if you have. And I'll see you all later. Bye. Oh, and have a happy new year as well. Bye.